Welcome to Enchanting Sounds News. Here, we bring the latest news on the music industry and what or who is making moves. Please make sure to hit that like button and gently press subscribe to stay up to date with us. Make sure to check out our website down below in the description. Now, let us begin. Welcome to Enchant. Prince's vault was held under lock and key for the entirety of his career, but there are now rumors that the megastar's music collection will be made available to his fans. In an interview with The Sun, the musician's sister Tyga revealed that the musician had always wanted the unreleased tracks to be heard. "I want what Prince wants," she said. "All must be preserved. Don't worry, we'll release it as soon as we can," she continued. The vault, which is located at the star's popular Paisley Park Studios, is said to contain thousands of unreleased albums, as well as concert videos, samples, and new versions of classic songs. Tyga revealed that Prince's philanthropic work included ambitions to own and run a school, honoring her brother's wishes by releasing the content. Prince was also looking for a school. He wanted a music school in North Minneapolis for underprivileged kids who wanted to play music, and he told me his mission was the school, she said before revealing, he wanted a music school in North Minneapolis for underprivileged kids who wanted to play music, and he told me his mission was the school. Prince's vault. Master P wants the music industry to do more to help musicians who are struggling with addiction. After DMX was hospitalized on Friday after suffering a heart attack at his home about 11 p.m., the hitmaker, aka Percy Miller, 50, voiced his concerns to TMZ. It's still unknown whether the medical emergency was caused by a drug overdose. The Grammy Award-nominated rap star is still a patient at White Plains Hospital in New York, where he was resuscitated and placed on life support last week. DMX is an icon, and I just hate that we have to wait until one of these people, or one of us, dies before anyone really starts telling you how much they care and love you, Master P told the outlet. Master P stressed, "I feel like hip-hop needs some kind of union. It's in the NBA. What happens if a guy falls off? We must ask ourselves." After that, he sold millions of albums, including one to a woman. What happens next? Consider it for a moment. Master P, Chainz, who released his 6th studio album in November, has signed with Apple for worldwide representation. The artist, was previously represented by WME. Chainz's debut album, based on a true story, debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 and was certified platinum. He has 3 platinum albums, 2 gold albums, and 6 Grammy nominations, including 1 for Best Rap Performance. He's collaborated with everyone from Ludacris to Lil Wayne to Kanye West and Lil Uzi Vert, and his music has been used in films including The Fate of the Furious, The First Purge, Creed 2, and Project Power, earning him pop culture street cred. Aside from his work as a recording artist, Chainz has a clothing line and is establishing a television presence with his non-scripted series Most Expensivest, which has aired for 3 seasons on Vislant. Tech McGuire and Alan Parks of Street Execs Management continue to oversee him. Thousands of desperate applicants waited in line at noon on Thursday to apply their paperwork for a $16 billion relief fund for music clubs, theaters, and other live event companies, as the government prepared to begin accepting applications. Then they sat and waited. And then I waited. The device was still not functioning about 4 hours later, sending applicants into panic attacks. Eric Sosa, the owner of Come On Everyone, a Brooklyn nightclub, tweeted at the department, "This is an absolute disaster." The Small Business Administration, which oversees the project, the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Program, abandoned its attempt to repair the broken system shortly after 4 p.m. and shut it down for the day. There were no applications that were processed. Despite several satisfactory evaluations of the application process, technical problems arose, said Andrea Roebker, an agency spokeswoman, in a written statement. Following talks with the system's developers, the department agreed to close the portal to ensure fair and equitable access until it is reopened, because this is first come, first served, according to Ms. Roebker. "We did not take this decision lightly because we recognize the urgency at which this hard-hit industry needs relief." Since there was no way to falsify the life that forged him, the rapper, who died Friday, had no imitators. He was a colossus, a fire starter, and a healer all rolled into one. Even when he was the most popular rapper on the planet, DMX was a one-of-a-kind fire starter, rough, inspiring, agitated, and poignant. Simple heart and pure vigor. A healer and a drill sergeant. It's dark and hell is hot, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood, and then there was X, were his 3 majestic, bombastic albums released in 1998 and 1999. Each one debuted at #1 on the Billboard album chart and has earned several platinum certifications. For for hundreds of thousands of people, he played at Woodstock '99. In 1998, he appeared in the groundbreaking hip-hop noir film Belly. He also unconvincingly growled like a dog in his songs. Yet, since there was no way to falsify the life that forged him, there were no DMX clones in his way. Hip-hop superstardom came after a traumatic childhood marked by bullying, drug use, violence, and other traumas for DMX, who died Friday at the age of 50 after suffering a heart attack on April 2nd. His triumphs felt more cathartic than triumphant. He was a conduit for profound suffering even at his rowdiest and most celebrated. He never concealed his pain, never let shame overshadow his reality, particularly as he grew older, and his public struggles, numerous arrests, stints in prison, and ongoing drug issues threatened to overshadow his musical legacy. His humanity had the same noble quality as any of his songs. DMX has been a titanic force in hip-hop since the release of his debut Def Jam single, Get It Me Dog, in 1998. He favored iron and concrete, rapping with a muscular throatiness that transmitted an excitable kind of mayhem, just as the genre was heading toward polished sheen. The staccato burst on Swiss Beats' early masterpiece Rough Riders anthem matched DMX's melancholy jabs, All I Know Is Pain, All I Feel Is Rain. Between 1998 and 2003, his voice was unrelentingly hoarse, and he used it for one chest-puffed anthem after another. Party up, what's my name? Who we be, X gon' give it to now, where the hood at? He rapped a lot like he was trying to win an argument, with a lot of repetition and terse phrasing for full effect. He didn't alter his approach even when he flirted, as he did on What These Women Want. By the time I first saw DMX live, in 2000, on the Cash Money Rough Riders show, he had already mastered the art of taming arenas on the Hard Knock Life and Survival of the E-list tours. It was as startling as any show I'd ever seen, a hurried yet orchestrated display of raw charisma and power. He came to a complete stop at the end of his set to say a prayer. Thousands of people in the room went from boisterous to quiet, sideswiped by DMX's gospel. His body was soaked in sweat, his voice was gruff, and thousands of people in the room went from boisterous to silent. A few weeks later, I saw the tour again, and the scene was just as vivid. DMX has done a version of the prayer every time I've seen him in the 2 decades since, from a small comeback show at SOB single quote as in New York to an Easter Sunday convocation with Kanye West at Coachella, bringing a conflagration of a performance to a halt. On the surface, it seemed to be a blessing, an opportunity to spread a message of mercy and hope in the most unlikely of places. He was also a naked supplicant in those moments, weeping for us and asking us to cover him in exchange. Rest in peace. Synth, thanks for viewing Enchanting Sounds News. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest news. Make sure to leave comments down below giving your thoughts and opinions on these matters. I will continue to bring everyone these videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have a good night and see you next time. Thanks for viewing Enchanting Sounds News. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest news. Make sure to leave comments down below giving your thoughts and opinions on these matters. I will continue to bring everyone these videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have a good night and see you next time. Thanks for viewing Enchanting Sounds News.